Good morning. Welcome back. I'm glad you all are back here with me today. I learned a lot yesterday about using this little tripod. I'm going to keep doing it like this until I can figure out how to do it landscape, because apparently I have to change some settings or something. I don't know. But anyway, it was fun. I learned a way not to do it. So I'm always trying to learn lessons. Today I wanted to talk about music. You know, another advantage of doing it this way is I can see the timer, so that way I can not talk so long. Today I wanted to talk about music because I really love music a lot and I'm grateful for it. And I thought, well, this would be a fun topic. I wore this shirt. A buddy got it for me in Spain last year. I was like, you know, that looks appropriate for this topic. It looks like I'm at a, Jimmy Buffett concert or something, I love music a ton. I'm very grateful for music. I have a Spotify account is what I use, and I listen to music almost all day long. And I would give up cable before I would give up music in my Spotify, because I have little Alexas all over the house. Bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, and I can play Spotify on every device, and no matter what room I'm walking into, I can listen to music. I just think that's a lot of fun, and I like to listen to lots of different music depending on my mood, and so it brings me a lot of joy. And so when I was thinking about music and thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, I thought of all sorts of things you might not think about, or at least I don't. Thinking about how music brings people together. Because I usually listen to it by myself, but it brings people together. People like to go to concerts, music festivals. I personally, being an introvert, I don't tend to go to those types of things, but I love going to live music. So me and my buddies, we go to live music at like bars and clubs, usually bars, especially in the summertime. Lots of neighborhoods have, outdoor music on Friday and Saturday nights, like shopping centers and stuff. So it brings people together. And then you think about music at like holidays, maybe if you celebrate Christmas, you think of Christmas songs and people like to sing together. You can think of, I like to play Irish music at St. Patty's Day around that time. So I like to, music puts me in a mood, and it puts me in a happy mood, and I enjoy that. It can brighten my day. So I like to listen to upbeat music. And it's funny, the other day when we were on the boat, there were some people that didn't want to listen to other people's music. And here's the thing, that I know a couple people who listen to music that they would say is very melancholy. Maybe, I don't know how you want to describe it, but music that potentially isn't that upbeat. I'm refraining from using the words I want to use, but I don't want to offend anybody. But there is some music that's a little bit, that brings you down. And the people that listen to this music that I know happen to be people that tend to have a more negative mindset. And you could say, well, because they have this negative mindset, they're drawn to music that kind of brings them down. And that's true. But then I also think the reverse is true. Listening to music that brings you down can kind of, I think, maybe keep you down a little bit, kind of like what we talked about the other day with the two wolves. Which one are you going to feed? If you feed your mind with happy music, you're going to be happy. It's going to put a smile on your face. If you play depressing music all the time, that's all about sad stories, then, it just kind of, even just thinking about it, I want to, so, and I'm not to say, I'm not saying that, listen to what you want to, and I'm not, reason I says that is like, I don't want to, if someone's depressed and listening to music helps them, and they listen to depressing music to, help them sort through emotions, I mean, that's awesome. That's a great use for it. But in general, so on the boat, people are like, I don't want to listen to your music because we're trying to celebrate, and the tone of the music is one that wasn't one that everybody wanted to listen to. So anyway, I just love, for me personally, I love how music can put a smile on my face. It can take me back in time. If I listen to music that I listened to in college or high school, then it's almost like I'm transported right there. I want to give too much about how I was, you know, it might take you back to the 90s or the 80s or whatever, you know, and it fills my mind with those happy thoughts. So I like it, and I want to hear from you all. What kind of music do you like to listen to? Do you listen to music a lot? Do you or not? Who's your favorite artist? What's your favorite song? You know, how does it impact you when you listen to music? I'd love to hear that. Do you share your music with other people? In fact, I didn't think about this. I have songs that when I hear a particular song, I think of a particular person. So I even have songs related to people. And I think that's kind of cool. I noticed that a few years ago that I associate with certain people. So do you ever do that? Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. I think it's a fun topic, and I'm grateful for music. And I am also, as always, grateful for you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow, I hope.